Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Today, we're taking a peek at the I Am the Devil subreddit. Would I be the a-hole for taking my daughter's car? Posted by this Tangelo7333. I, male 54, have a daughter, female 19. For her 19th birthday, my parents, who are significantly well off and who she remains much closer with, bought her a car. This was her first car. They bought it without informing me, and it appeared without me knowing about its existence. This isn't some old cheap car either. It's a brand new Bronco. My car is 10 years older than it. My daughter went back to college about 4 months ago, and now I didn't have to drive her. We don't talk much. She stays with my parents when she visits. However, 2 weeks ago, I found out that my daughter hit a bunch of traffic cones and is now having to get a bunch of repairs. I was furious! She shouldn't have even had the car in the first place. Anyway, her grandparents' insurance gave her a rental, and I decided that she didn't need the rental while she was at home, so I confiscated the car keys. She needs to learn something since she isn't paying for the car, the insurance, or anything. I told her she could get the keys to the rental back when she pays me for the insurance and when her car is done. She ended up calling my parents and they're upset. OP's responses down in the comments make things even worse. Someone says the car itself isn't his business other than maybe not letting her park it there. If he is covering insurance, it'd be better for her to pay it herself or to work it out with the grandparents so he has nothing over her head. But it's definitely clear that he's currently committing a crime by taking the rental keys that aren't in his name and contemplating a bigger crime of grand theft of the car itself. Then OP responds, I'm not covering insurance. I refused to pay her insurance 2 years ago when she first got her license, so she went to her grandparents instead. I confiscated electronics and she moved out. They didn't help me with my insurance and are now helping my daughter avoid becoming an adult. So he wants her to pay him back for the insurance when he's not even the one paying for it? Someone responded to OP's comment, you're the a-hole. Your daughter is an adult. She accepted a gift from her grandparents and there was no need for you to know about it. Especially as you seem to resent your daughter's closeness to your parents, and possibly her very existence for all I know. I imagine that you're not very involved in your daughter's life, and she is no longer a minor, so you have no excuse to insert yourself into the situation to teach her a lesson, or what other lame excuse you cook up. Get out of your daughter's business. If she's being careless with her car, there's no need for you to interfere, because she will learn her lesson through natural consequences soon enough, if there is one that needs to be learned. Then OP jumps back in with, she isn't getting consequences though, that's the problem! My parents are paying for the car to get fixed! They provided her with the rental, and they're still actively giving her money for school and rent! Botswa says, so from the comments, OP is demanding the 19-year-old give him money for the insurance payments, but he doesn't pay for her insurance. The grandparents do. So he's just looking for cash out of his adult child who wants nothing to do with him. She doesn't live with him or have him as a permanent address. He's very jealous of the daughter and her relationship with her grandparents. Still with it says, so it's car theft, extortion, and possible insurance fraud then? Bloody hell, the judges are gonna love this twit. Am I the a-hole for asking my son to help his family financially? Posted by Incentive Hot 7944. I, 60 male, just found out that my daughter-in-law is seriously rich. I mean millions of dollars rich. Actually, my first son found out and told me. I have 5 children, 2 older daughters 40 and 38, before meeting my wife and having 3 more kids, male 30 and 35 and female 18. Only my son, male 30, is married with a son. All my other children still rely on me pretty much for everything. We are not rich and we're all managing. My son got married 2 years ago. I should have suspected my daughter-in-law is rich due to the type of wedding they had. My daughter-in-law's family paid for the wedding and my family wasn't asked to contribute anything, so I never took notice. She's an only child, so I thought her mother just went overboard for her. They live in my daughter-in-law's house and after the wedding, my son hardly visits. He never bothered me with his issues, so I never bothered with him. I saw him driving a new car, but I thought it was from work. Maybe he got a new job. My first son somehow found out that my daughter-in-law is very rich and told me. I invited my second son over and asked him. He said they're doing okay, but if his wife is rich, then that's his wife's money and it shouldn't concern us. I told him that she's my daughter-in-law and practically family. She must help the whole family if she can afford it because that's what family do. He told me they signed a prenup and she's done more than enough for him. He showed me how much he earns monthly and says he's doing his best he can with his income to take care of his wife and child and doesn't have any to spare. He asked me to stay out of their business. I called my daughter-in-law over and spoke to her. I didn't ask her for any financial help, but I told her the family is struggling. She empathized, but didn't offer any help. In the past few days, I've discovered a lot about my daughter-in-law's family. My daughter-in-law is a simple lady, and nothing about her shows her wealth. I wonder why my son isn't helping us out. Now my other children are coming over to talk about their brother and complaining about their issues, fees for their children, rent, etc. No one is asking, but there is tension. Am I the a-hole for asking my son to help his family financially? Down in the comments, Forget Regret One Day says, "What the hell is wrong with you? I've heard of gold diggers going after rich men, but you take the cake. You admitted that you had no use for your son until you found out that his wife has money. And now, all of a sudden, she's practically family and should pay your and your children's bills?" Either this is rage bait or you're up there with the most clueless, shameless individuals I've ever read about. They owe you nothing. Leave them alone. They will not give you money, nor should they. You should be ashamed of yourself for even asking. Get a grip, dude. No one owes you anything, least of all your son, who you couldn't even be bothered with until you smelled the money. It's repulsive. You're the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for being upset that my fiancé didn't remind me about my mother's birthday and other things that she always used to do? Posted by Deleted. Background. Me, 27 male, and my fiancé, 26 female, have been together for almost 2.5 years and have been living together for almost 10 months, officially engaged for almost 5 months. This started when my brother chewed me out for forgetting our mother's birthday. He was angry that I didn't get her anything or acknowledge it at all. My fiancé didn't remind me and I forgot. I did my best to make it up to my mum and I figured my fiancé was just busy and she forgot. But there have been other incidents. My cousin got married recently. I know my fiancé was aware of the wedding because she talked about it. But I got a frantic call from my aunt wondering why we hadn't returned the RSVP and if we were even coming. I told my aunt that we were going to the wedding. But there's more tension now because we didn't bring a gift or buy anything from the registry. My fiancé never said anything and I didn't have any idea about this. One of my sisters was also a bit upset that we didn't bring a gift for the baby shower that my family threw for her. That's another one in this situation. I didn't know what was going on because my fiancé wasn't forgetting her mother's birthday and she bought a gift when we went to her aunt's wedding, which was only 2 weeks after my cousin got married. I tried talking about it, but all she said is that it isn't her responsibility to remind me about milestones or buying gifts for my own family. She literally spelled it out for you. How are you still so confused? All those incidents were your responsibility, not hers. I pointed out to her that she's always reminded me and always made sure we had an appropriate gift. But all she said is that she was tired of me never doing the same back or helping her with it. Am I the a-hole for being upset about this? I think when people are in a partnership, it's reasonable to expect them to help each other out. Moreover, everyone has different strengths. My girlfriend has a better memory and a good idea of social etiquette. Like, I didn't realize I was supposed to buy my friend a gift if I was in his wedding party. She knows stuff like that. To use another example, my fiancé is a mechanic, so of course, she handles anything when it comes to making sure our vehicles are in good shape or fixed when they're broken. I do the things that I'm strong with in our relationship. We are a unit, and I thought that meant working together. I'm upset not only because she stopped, but that she didn't even warn me. It not only made me look bad, but people were hurt over it. My fiancé asked if any of my past girlfriends were responsible for reminding me and buying the gifts, but I don't know what that has to do with it, even if the answer is yes. She thinks, as a grown man, it's my responsibility. Am I the a-hole for thinking she's wrong and for being upset? She doesn't think she did anything wrong, but I do. I said she's being a bad partner and being kind of selfish. Tell me the truth, please. Oh, he was told the truth and he deleted his post. I actually agree that couples should contribute based on their skills and strengths, but it's interesting that he gives lots of examples of how she's contributing, but not a single example of what he does. Am I the a-hole for destroying my son's PlayStation 4? Posted by Temporary Zone 1591. Recently, I, 47 female, have been browsing YouTube and came across numerous prank videos featuring people dropping gaming systems into places like the trash or their back garden pool, only to reveal a new gaming system. These videos caught my interest because my son, 17 male, was experiencing issues with his PlayStation 4. He mentioned that his games were lagging, indicating a performance issue expected from an aging console. He always complained about the noise, comparing it to a plane takeoff, and expressed a desire to upgrade to a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. In an attempt to bond with him, I devised a plan to buy him a PlayStation 5 and ceremoniously destroy the PlayStation 4. I executed the plan by fabricating a story about a poor math test grade, using it as a pretext to take away his console. I unplugged the console while he was playing a game called Dark Souls, and he got frustrated. I concocted another false claim about destroying it due to his noise, despite his pleas to stop. I proceeded to throw it on the ground and throw it away, causing him to cry over the loss of his PlayStation 4, like in the videos. When I presented him with the PlayStation 5, expecting excitement for the upgrade, I was instead met with slurs and curses. He expressed frustration over the loss of his data and has since locked himself in his room, only allowing my husband in. I researched data-saving methods that suggest compatibility across gaming systems, so I understand the initial shock of the system being destroyed, but if he has a new one, I'm not sure him being so distraught is justified. Am I the a-hole? Down in the comments, JoeDoc2505 says, "Why would OP need to attempt to bond with her son?" And then Separate Disaster 2068 says, "Probably because she does stuff like this." So, were there any OPs you thought were misunderstood and shouldn't have been put into the I Am the Devil subreddit? Let me know. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.